I gotta give you guys credit too. Who's educating the community? Who's caring for you? Who's pushing out a video every day? Come on, who's working for you guys?
He's right. He's right about the daily
Show
drops,
some love.
man.
Cop the BMW, new deposit, I'm the double another bag. Like fuck it, I'm a count while I'm in it. I had planes flying, crowds screaming, money counting chains, clanking shit. I guess that's how it sound when you win it. I ain't joking, do it sound like I'm kidding. I've been making like 2,000 a minute, so high up through the clouds, I was swimming. I'm probably gonna drown when I'm in it.
What is going on YouTube? Up next, family. Up next, boys. Danny here, back again with another one for you guys. And today's a special one, man. Thank you so much, Bart, from Mycointainer platform. This is a crazy platform, and we have him here. He gave us his time today to get on the channel, talk about the platform a little bit. Obviously, we love platforms that are transparent and we can put a face to these platforms. So it's really nice to see that. So welcome to the channel, Bart. How are you, man? How's it going?
Yeah, very well. Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's certainly a big joy today to speak to your community. Yeah. So long story short, Mycointainer. We started quite a while ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, also probably around the
how long have you guys been in the space now?
I was about to say probably very same time when you guys started recording. So
really, wow.
2017 we built our prototype. Wow. I self-funded the whole company very early days. So we didn't got any funding. We didn't do any ICOs. We essentially just saw the opportunity in staking, and we went for it. I mean, the objective was always very simple. Just to bring with my background, I spent fair amount of time building products and being in banking, and I always try to simplify complex things into very simple stuff. So, and when I saw that when I was trying to stake back in the days, it was really difficult.
And staking, you were in the staking early days, right? When the DeFi platforms were giving out crazy numbers.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the staking was really new. I mean, if you were to try to stake, I mean, you had to essentially just run your wallets on some machines, and they were crashing. Blocks were not syncing. It was really bad, essentially back then. I thought it's a really different way for people to essentially engage in crypto. It's not about maybe trading a lot. Maybe it's much more. I wouldn't call maybe safer, but it's certainly like for long-term investors. I would say this is probably what I want to say. But so we've combined that into a nice user experience, simple platform. We essentially added more and more coins, and we've always been regulated since the day one. Like we have financial license in Estonia. And this was partially also why we wanted to do it, just to add even that extra layer to our platform to see or show people that we are here for a long time. And it was 2017-18 when our platform launched, early 2018 we launched it. 2017 we built the prototype. So you see, we've been quite a while in this game, and we are still here. And last quarter, quarter 4 2021 we got the funding after 3 years of working hard. So
and one thing that I've noticed about you guys is you guys are compared to some of the big boys in the space right now. And I'm talking big boys. Like we've got partnerships in place with names like OKEx, Celsius Network, and people like that, and you guys are holding up there with those names. It's pretty incredible, man.
Yeah, it's a good comparison, I must say. Actually, I mean, obviously we are not on that level yet. Like OKEx and Celsius, they are probably like the League One. Yeah. We are obviously trying to approach that League One right now. Obviously, we as I said, we obviously we're not probably funded that large at early days.
But you guys are 100% gonna get to that, and that's what I see in the future for you guys, because right off the bat, even guys, when you get onto their platform, when you get on Mycointainer, whether it's the app, whether it's the phone app on your Samsung device or iOS device, it is clean. It's got a clean UX, and I really like that about it.
It's really where we try to be. Essentially, we don't want to fight much, other stuff. We really do want to focus on the simplicity. People just depositing money, earning instantly. Exactly. That's really where we want to be, and we want to essentially help also because we see that staking it's it's super nice for many people to start. So we want to help the community also to not only because people have that impression that when that I think there's I'm sure it's like a lot of people have that impression that crypto is only about like trading bumps and dumps and things of that sort. But we want to like show people that if you participate in a network, you can actually earn passive income.
Absolutely.
And we will be adding extra things on the top of it. So I think
people don't realize that. I'll be honest, people don't realize this, that especially the ones that are still dealing with traditional finance and relying on the percentages from the central banks, collecting their 0.5% a year, 0.8% a year, don't realize that there is opportunities like this. Yes, there's the platforms that say we're giving away this much millions of APY that just don't make sense. But there's platforms like Celsius Network, there's platforms like OKX, there's platforms like Mycointainer that are giving away realistic numbers, like you guys are saying, close to 15% APY. Now these things are achievable and a lot high, and you guys have been doing it for a long time. Since 2017 you guys have been doing this, which and people want to know that history, right? When they really want to get involved, say I'm a person that wants to put in 100K to 200K to $250,000 of my Ethereum into the platform and start staking it. I'm going to look at a platform that has history. I'm going to look at a platform that's been doing it for a couple of years. So that's a really, really good bonus that you guys have.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, like I think and what you just mentioned in the first sentence, that people are not aware of this. Like for us, sometimes it's even painful, even for myself, when I talk with many people, and not even mentioning like the crypto, that they don't know it, but what I'm saying, they have that barrier of maybe
Absolutely.
a bit of scared. So we try to really push that boundary to really introduce, lower the entry level for all those people to see, hey, there are a lot of opportunities there that you guys, not utilizing, regardless of how much you want to allocate and diversify your portfolio, like at least just try to understand what's going on and then make your own decision and see what's really going on. And I think, in my personal view, I think there's a lot of money, I would say, in this old world that is sitting on the sidelines that could be utilized in obviously the new world.
Absolutely.
So we really look forward to, I think year after year, I think with the, like, mentioned Celsius and other guys, I think every one of us is trying to push, some boundaries, to introduce, right content, right videos, make videos, articles.
Absolutely. And that is the way to do it. A lot of platforms don't realize that. And I say this every single time I see really good developed platforms. I've seen people spend $2-3 million on development and forget about marketing and marketing strategies properly, and the platform ends up flopping because it's just not in front of the right eyes. So you guys are doing exactly the right things, and which brings me on to my next question. What do you think about the competition in the space? How do you guys go about, because there's a lot of competition in the space as far as platforms. We named a few of them, but there's a lot more. And how do you guys deal with that? What are you guys doing to develop past that and add utilities to the platform as far as new things, features?
Sure. So that generally, like, for this year we have like 3 goals in short, like, and I will maybe tell you with that how are we going to essentially do something unique. Essentially, like first things first, we don't try to compete with any exchanges. Like, we treat exchange on our platform of tokens as a utility. It's not even our thing that we are doing as our like a business model type of thing. First, like what we essentially try to now do is to bring the most assets to the platform, create the easiest user experience that is focused on earning. I think in that case we can probably be on the same level, I would say, with Celsius and other guys. Now now what's going to happen next, it's obviously we will add extra ways of earning. Right now we are working on really, I would say, the really cool miner, which obviously is proof of work, but it still can be utilized in some way. And we are doing also, we will be releasing this quarter cashback from crypto. So the point is that, if you have the yield, we wanna increase that yield by giving you extra options so you can allocate that extra money. So for example, you shop on the e-commerce, right? And then that, let's say you are buying something, that cashback can go directly to our wallet, being added to your stakes, and increasing you the revenues. So we will be working on that model that will essentially differentiate us and combined with like a super easy to use application. We believe we can do fairly well. So that's part. Like in short, we want to be the simplest earning wallet in crypto. Like that's really our
very incredible, and that's including auto compounding at this point, which is really, really nice. That's amazing, man. Now you guys have been around obviously for so many years. How was that community building for you guys from the start until now, and how's it going? How's it going?
I can tell you it was tough for us because and I'm sure you probably know, I mean, when you
it's not easy. It's not easy.
No, it's really been a help of some people initially that had more experience than me in building the communities, but I think well, we essentially try to do a lot of collaborations. Some people obviously didn't want to do collaborations because we were small. So we obviously, made a lot of collaborations.
But I bet you now they're messaging, "Hey guys, can we get a repost?"
Some of them they do, but we say, we're obviously happy to reconsider that behind us, but on the different conditions, maybe
they come around now.
Exactly. So, but I think we didn't give up. We just built things. We tried to make the platform better. Back in the days, it wasn't. You remember that back in the days, like if you look at the market cap of staking coins back then, like it wasn't money making machines like they are right now. It's the volumes were much smaller. The coins were at much lower prices. So we were not even distracted by this. For some time, we really just wanted to build an amazing product. We didn't have like good revenue streams. We were burning cash, and I was spending all the money from my own pocket essentially back then. So it was really like really dark days. But step by step we pushed hard, and collaboration after collaboration. Some people trusted us, wanted to try something that we do, and here we are. I think it paid off.
Absolutely, and it continues to pay off. You guys have some huge partnerships in the space, man. How did you guys go about coming together with so many big names in the space? I bet you it must have taken a lot of effort and probably a lot of funding to get partnerships like that.
Well, actually, I wouldn't say it was. Well, I think it was more energy intensive. We were just knocking too many doors and said, "Hey guys, let's do something together." So as you mentioned, like we work with AVAX. We even helped like Crypto.com early days with their testnets. A lot of those companies, we generally try to be very helpful to partners. This is how we are doing. We generally see that we have some good capabilities like running nodes, running validators. We have a great community, so we always try to look for some good synergies and trying to be helpful. Essentially, that's really where we are.
Amazing. But
yeah,
now you said crypto.com. You said crypto.com, and it makes me think. Crypto.com was already booming. It was already big. But now they're doing NFTs, and is that in the works? There's a lot of NFT money, on OpenSea. There's a lot of and we've worked with platforms like Curate, and Curate became platforms like Curate one of the biggest NFT marketplaces because of us. So there's a lot of stable platforms in the space just from proper marketing and being put in front of it. Is that something, a way that you guys would possibly decide to go because the platform has the capacity to have an NFT marketplace?
Well, I might surprise you. I would say generally, I would say no. I would say generally no. And the reason why is because we need to keep the focus. And also we are doing a lot of things. And I know it's everybody is doing NFTs. Like I know some very good companies that they do NFTs and they will do NFTs and it's a massive market. No question. Like I think there is a lot of money to be made from both sides of NFTs. It's a fantastic area. We may do NFTs, but not in the way that you think about NFTs, like about the collectibles or art. We probably will do NFT type of thing, but it will be used mainly for like a type of identification thing on our Air network. That's the new project that we will be doing completely decentralized. So it will not be that, I would say, sexy and fancy as you
you know what I think what would look really fancy and beautiful with you guys would be a full-out NFT marketplace, where people can buy and sell all the popular NFTs, Bored Apes, CryptoPunks. That would be insane, having the rights to that. and yeah, that I think that would be really beautiful, and something maybe a potential in the future that would bring in a lot of money and new funding for the platform.
I think regarding, like, remember our platform is also it's mainly like focused about the earning like a passive income in a way. Like I think
but a lot of platforms are doing staking on NFTs now. They're staking NFTs. They're doing.
I was about to say exactly. I was about to say, like, if you do staking on NFTs, or maybe even like borrowing or lending
exactly.
or maybe using some of them as collateral.
This a lot of opportunity.
This is more of a type of thing that we would be considering. But in the crypto space, it's very easy to be, in my view, somehow distracted because there's so many opportunities. And like I love a lot of stuff that it's happening, but obviously we have to deliver the things that we promised on time and so on. But it's an amazing space to be in.
100%. I love that answer, man. I appreciate the hard work you guys are putting on, which brings me on to the stuff that you guys are working on, which is obviously the cashback app. We're getting that released in what, one day?
What, one day? No,
when is that coming out? When is that? Because I thought I saw something on the site.
Not really. No, Q2. So it will be probably end of Q2, maybe even shorter, but I would say Q2. Well, it's as mentioned, like we would like to increase the yields to the max. Essentially. And again, crypto cashback, it's something that people do these days nevertheless. So again, remember about our vision. It's still the same on the same path to bring a lot of people to the crypto community with the things that they already know, but they will be given, there'll be many new nuances, like like if you look at some of the platforms, like there is a bit of locking money, pending balances. We will try to do it very nicely so that people can essentially enjoy their money that they are earning. So we're really excited about this. It'll be certainly the new thing that we will be doing on
Amazing. What about the tokenomics? How's that looking?
Yeah, whoa. So this is a good question. So look, remember, right now, so again, I think that maybe the closest probably view on the very high level is something similar to what Binance does or did. Like they had their own many centralized platform and they released their own chain. And this is something, the direction that we will be going to as well. So right now we are mainly centralized, and very shortly this quarter we will be starting to working on our decentralized network that will be connected to Mycointainer, and everybody can utilize that platform too. It will be mainly related to borrowing and lending. We will try to basically do it with one nice spin-off that I will maybe not share right now, but that part will be about the token, and there will be a lot of good stuff there. Essentially, as you know, it will be very much related to what we are doing, borrowing and lending, earning yield, things of that sort. It will be really cool. So we will be, but obviously,
I think everyone's going to be excited for that, man. You guys have a pretty decent sized community that's going to be super hyped for that.
I think it's also not about, I would say from our perspective, it's also about the potential. I think what we will try to do is that with the tokenomics that we will implement, first of all, those are at least 2 points that we see right now. There will be much higher yield on our platform when people are staking, and there'll be also the utility in the platform itself. So I would say, if this works out, it will be really good for community and for everyone, I would say. So,
and that's what I was gonna ask you. What you think about the investors that are gonna want to get involved in the token just to see some gains? There's gonna be a lot of people that want to get involved because the platform is doing the right things and want to get involved in their token and start buying that up and holding bags of it and being whales. What are the projections for those guys in the next, say, 6 months to a year?
Well, you mean in terms of the revenue that they can earn on the
Exactly.
Oh,
well, it's nothing ever is promised, but
I mean, honestly, like I'm always very positive. Like since that we started with Mycointainer, as I said, our company we don't expect anything lower than being unicorn in the 1 billion valuation question. So we have always big plans. Same with Air Network. So assumingly we will probably be looking at, I would say, if this works out and if you are like long-term holder, I think you can easily, in my view, do like maybe like I don't know 100 exits possible.
Easily,
I think
easily. And that's where I was even gonna say more than that. I've seen platforms on this level doing 1,000 exits. So anything is possible when you're looking at a platform to this extent. Seriously.
You know, I'm sure it's but they would require a lot of work, hard work, and a lot of very good structured project with a lot of help. But certainly we can do it. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think, as I said, the market is really in their infancy right now. It's a lot of opportunities. We can do a lot of great stuff. So
100%.
I think it's if you really focus on we really focus on the product. I love products myself.
That's it.
Doing stuff, and helping people with that along the way.
And that's what you're supposed to focus on. When you're focused on about the prices and about the market cap and the stuff, you're focused about the wrong things. That should be a little bit in the back of your head, but main focus should be development and bringing the product to the community, which is exactly what you guys are doing. And makes me wonder, what have you guys faced, as far as, we know there's a lot of FUD in the space. We know there's a lot of scams happening in the space, a lot of stuff that give a bad name to the crypto space. And just, when speaking about investments in crypto, it scares a few people. How have you guys dealt with that over the past few years and obviously surpassed those road bumps?
Yeah, well, I think this is a good question. I'm sure every platform has it.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, as I said, so first things first, obviously, with our license in Estonia, this is obviously something that in the decentralized world, it's maybe looking like a helpful thing, and that was our first thing that we did. So number one. Second, we obviously try to be, generally transparent with anything that we can do at any given time. So, support, customer support, articles, initially I sometimes I'm still replying to the Telegram. I said,
that's
if
incredible.
You have a problem, just ping me, I'm CEO, just ask me the question. Then, I'm still sometimes doing it.
That is real stuff, man. I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes still do it. Obviously, if there is some topic that requires explanation. So it's not like we are like people can still reach me out on occasions. So we are still doing this. Articles, I said, videos are very helpful.
Absolutely.
We got renewed our license in Estonia twice already. Remember many companies were losing those licenses because they were not capable.
They're not KYC'd properly and they're not.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that easy as people say. I mean, obviously you have to have good background, a lot of many other moving things.
100%.
But going forward, I think if we look about like security FUD, I think what really helps is what is the most important is for people to educate themselves with help of the other people. I think this is what the most important. Education is the most important in my view. Like it's not about me convincing you take this. I think what is really the most important thing is me to telling you, hey, look, there's this opportunity. Read about it, try to understand it, how this compares to the world around you, and make up your own conclusion. I think with that, then if people have that understanding, that will not be swayed.
I 1,000,000% agree with you, brother, because we deal with that. We deal with that every day because we talk to so many different platforms, and we talk to and people have to realize that at the end of the day, you have to educate yourself about every single thing. So that I agree with that 1,000,000%.
I think this is the most important. And then what we are trying to do is only to help people to get that information across with proper education, explaining things, how things work. Because it's quite funny actually, because you wouldn't believe it, but on our support, sometimes people are coming in and they are asking, say, hey guys, this is probably like a scam. How do you guys make a yield?
Oh my God.
It's basic stuff like this. And I even explained to my friends many times, this how you guys making this money, where are they coming from, and it's really for me a bit of I don't want to say a challenge or a job, but it's kind of our job to do it. And I think if people, other platforms are doing this, I think to some degree we are helping the community as a whole. And it's a bit of slow work. I'm sure it's as blockchain, it's not the easiest thing on the world to understand. So people, I think, in comparison to other technology, I think maybe the adoption is slightly slower because the steep it's quite
100%. It's probably one of the toughest. It's probably one of the toughest in the space, but one of the easiest at the same time because there's so much room to grow and be pioneers in the space.
Exactly. I mean, I love the space. I think it's really exciting. I think everybody that generally has fairly, I would say, good willingness to do something amazing in the world, and should be in crypto, no question.
100% agree with that, man. Honestly, I've had an incredible time, man, finding out more about the platform, finding out more about you. So I know you guys are super big on social media. I know you guys got like 40,000 plus followers on Twitter. It's a pretty big community, and you guys share a lot of stuff on Twitter. Is there anything that you want to bring to the channel and bring to our, 800,000 plus viewers that are going to be seeing the video, as far as news, airdrops, whatever you guys going on, you can feel free to tell the audience and let them know about that, and follow these guys on Twitter, man. They're huge.
Sure. I mean, I would just say, I would, it's a great time essentially to build your passive income right now. I think there's don't get swayed by news. Think for yourself, make good long-term investment decisions. As I said, whichever platform you choose to do it, decentralized, centralized, feel free to do it. And obviously in our case, we will be obviously trying to maximize your gains by including a lot of different earning applications. So hopefully you will stay with us and join us as well on our journey, and hopefully we can pay back to the community, with the work that we are doing right now, and hopefully also with the decentralized network that the tokens hopefully will be worth many more X times in the future.
Seriously will be, and I see a lot of potential, man. Like I said, I get excited sometimes in the crypto space when I see something really nice. And I'm definitely excited about this. I've looked at 1,500 plus different platforms in the last 12 months. So from where I'm coming and the standpoint and the shoes that I'm in, this is a top platform. This is really, really top stuff. And I'm proud of what you guys are doing. So continue doing it. Guys, if you're not checking out Mycointainer, you are absolutely slacking. Your portfolio is slacking. So check it out. All the links are in the description below, man. The guy is an absolute beauty. Thank you so much for giving us your time today, man. You're an amazing guy, and hopefully we get to have you back on the channel sometime soon in the near future. So good luck with everything, brother.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you next time, man.
Take care.
Cheers, buddy.